this is Spidey1958, and welcome to my Pathfinder Kingmaker core classes, tips, and abilities. I think this time we're going to go ahead and do Rogue, just to get through most of the major classes first. And that I will get to some of the others, but I don't know them as well, so I'm actually going to have to look at them in more depth. So let's go ahead and do Rogue. So we will do our normal, everyday human. Boom. And we will do Rogue. Okay, rogues have lots of abilities, as you can see here. And that, so let's start with, they get the rogue proficiencies, which are all simple weapons, plus the hand crossbow, rapier, sap, short sword, and short bow, and they're proficient with light armor but not shields. They also get sneak attack, where they get an extra die every other level. They also get rogue talents. So for every 2 levels, rogue attains after second. And you can't select an individual talent more than once. And then they get finesse training. At level 1, they get weapon finesse as a feat. At 3rd level, they can select one weapon type that can be used with weapon finesse, such as rapiers or daggers. Once this choice is made, it cannot be changed. Whenever they make a successful melee attack with the selected weapon, they add their dexterity modifier instead of strength modifier to damage roll. If any effect would prevent the rogue from adding strength modifier to damage, she does not add her dexterity modifier. The rogue can select a second weapon at 11th and a third weapon at 19th. At 3rd level, they gain Danger Sense. A rogue gains a +1 bonus on reflex to avoid traps and +1 dodge bonus to AC against attacks made by traps. This bonus increases 1 for every 3 rogue levels. Uncanny Dodge. The character can react to danger before their senses would normally allow them to do so. They cannot be caught flat-footed or lose their dexterity bonus to armor class if the attacker is invisible. They still lose their dexterity bonus to AC if immobilized. Characters with this ability can lose dexterity bonus to AC if an opponent successfully uses the feint action against them. If a rogue already has uncanny dodge from a different class, they automatically gain improved uncanny dodge instead. And then at 8th level, they get improved uncanny dodge, which means they can't be flanked anymore. And we already know they get weapon finesse. So they get evasion. If they make a successful reflex saving throw against an attack, they normally deals half damage on a successful save. They take no damage. And that, which is 2nd level. And at 4th level, whenever a rogue deals sneak attack damage to a foe, they can debilitate the target of their attack, causing it to take a penalty for 1 round. This is in addition to any penalty caused by rogue talent. They can choose to apply any one of the following penalties. Bewildered. Target becomes bewildered, taking -2 to penalty to AC. Target takes an additional 2 to AC against all attacks made by rogue. At 10th level and 16th level, the penalty AC against the attacks made by the rogue increases by 2 to a total of max -8. Disorientation. The attacker takes a -2 penalty on attack rolls. In addition, the attacker takes an additional -2 on all attack rolls it makes against the rogue. At 10th level and 16th, it increases by -2. Hampered. Let's go ahead and do that. Hampered. All of the target's speeds are reduced by half to a minimum 5 feet. These penalties do not stack with themselves, but additional attacks that deal sneak attack damage extend the duration by 1 round. The creature cannot suffer from more than 1 penalty from this ability at a time. If a new penalty is applied, the old penalty immediately ends. Any form of healing applied to a target suffering from one of these penalties also removes the penalty. 10th level you get advanced target. You can choose one of the advanced rogue talents in place of a rogue talent. And then at 20th you get Master Strike. A rogue becomes incredibly deadly when dealing sneak attack damage. Every time the rogue deals sneak attack damage, she can choose one of the following 3 effects. The target can be put to sleep for 1d4 hours, paralyzed for 2d6 rounds, or slain. Regardless of the effects chosen, the target can attempt a fortitude save to negate the additional effects. The DC of the save is equal to 10 plus half the rogue's level plus the rogue's dexterity modifier. Once a creature has been the target of a Master Strike, regardless of whether or not the save is successful, that creature is immune to the rogue's Master Strike for 24 hours. Creatures that are immune to sneak attack damage are also immune to this ability. So that's actually quite a bit of abilities there. Oh, they also get trap finding. They add half their level on perceptions for finding traps. So let's go to the next one, which is the Eldritch Scoundrel. They get less sneak attack. They get less... Looks like they get the same rogue talents. They get less sneak attack. They only get their first sneak attack at 3rd. They still have the weapon focus. They gain cantrips, so they can throw 0 level spells. They still get danger sense. They still get rogue talent. They get evasion, debilitating attack, advanced tactics. The only real difference I'm seeing here is that they get cantrips. So now sometimes there's abilities missing off these charts, as I found recently. So I don't know if they get additional spells. I don't see anything that says that. So okay, Knife Master. Knife Master, they specialize in close-up combat. They basically lose the trap abilities, but they get Sneak Stab. Knife Master focuses ability to deal sneak attack with daggers and similar weapons to such a degree that she can deal more sneak attack damage with those weapons at the expense of sneak attacks with other weapons. When she makes a sneak attack with a dagger, curry, punching dagger, star knife, or sai, she uses d8s to roll sneak attacks damage instead of d8s. For sneak attacks with all other weapons, use d4s instead. So they get the same number of sneak attack dice, it's just they get d8s if they use knife and d4s for everything else. Same rogue talents, same finesse training, but they also get blade sense. Become so skilled in combat involving light blades, they gain a +1 dodge bonus to armor class against attacks made against them with light blades. This bonus receives +1 for every 3 levels to a max of +6 at 18th. So this only helps if someone attacks you with light blades. So if they hit you with a 2-handed sword, you're still... Uncanny dodge is the same. Evasion looks the same. So it looks like, except they basically train the extra damage for losing the trap stuff. Thug. Some criminals steal with finesse, the victims only discovering the crime when the rogue is long gone and the coin already spent. A thug, on the other hand, cares nothing for finesse. Through both threat and violence, the thug gets what they want by promise of force and has no problem making good on the promises needed. So, they get frightening. Whenever a thug successfully uses persuasion to demoralize a creature, the duration of the shaken condition is increased by 1 round. In addition, if the target is shaken for 4 more rounds, the thug makes the target frightened for 1 round. And then they have the standard sneak attack progression, standard rogue talent, the standard finesse training, normal uncanny dodge, but they gain here brutal beating at 3rd level. Whenever a thug deals sneak attack damage, they can choose to forego 1d6 points of sneak attack damage to make the target sicken for a number of rounds equal to half the rogue level. this ability does not stack with itself. Only the most recent duration applies. And that. So that is basically the rogue. And it doesn't really say here what the rogue talents are. And since you don't get them till second level, I don't know that we can find out. So let's go ahead and select the normal rogue. Next. So rogues, you want high dexterity. You want at least a 16, and you probably want an 18. You probably want reasonable con. And if you want extra skill points, because there's a lot of skills you get, it might be worth 2 points in there. And then I'd probably put the extra in charisma. And then we'll use this in dex. This is not by far not the best, but this is just a possible build. So trickery, you always want max trickery, max your perception. Let's see, stealth, you want to be sneaky. You probably want mobility. Let's go ahead and give them persuasion and use magic ability. So we can go next. Now accomplished sneak attacker for a pure rogue is completely worthless, because you can't exceed half of your character level. So this is more for rogues that are balanced with something else. And there's some debate, because in the game it seems to let you select it multiple times, but in the rules, I think the paper rules, I think it only once, so it maybe you can only get it once. Oh, let's see, combat casting, don't need that. So one thing that's might be nice for a rogue is improved initiative, so that they get to go while the other person is still flat-footed. Could also be deceitful. Could have dodge. So I think what we're going to give them, could give stealthy. But I think no, we're just going to give them toughness. And neutral. And we'll call him Tom. Tom the Thief. And there's your set, the final version of it. So this one's pretty short. Thieves, rogues are actually pretty straightforward in that. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a like or a comment. And if you disliked the video, leaving me a dislike's fine, but please leave a comment saying why you disliked the video. As always, this is Spidey1958, and have fun gaming.